let me dream 'neath the sky. This old heart keeps on beating, repeating fond echoes of the brave and the bold riding high.
During the 1870s, the wildest spot in the United States was the desolate region west of the Pecos River. Virtually beyond the reach of the authorities, the railroads, then pushing their way west, attracted the most vicious characters in the country. It was said that all civilization and law stopped at the east bank of the Pecos. It took one man, a lone storekeeper who was sick of the lawlessness, to change all this. His name was Judge Roy Bean.
This is Mesquite Canyon. Langtry ought to be a couple of miles in that direction.
Well, we might as well unpack. We'll probably be here a day or two.
That's music to my ears. I'm already sorry for the cattle that have to travel this trail.
Fellas, rustle up some wood and get a fire started.
Hey, what do you suppose that is? A mirage?
Hey, put that thing away.
Howdy, boys. You lost or something?
Don't think so. Isn't this Mesquite Canyon?
Yep, one end to the other. Right over the hill there, a nice little community. Langtry. I own the store there.
You look more like a preacher to us.
Yeah, well, I reckon I am kind of a preacher, judge, doctor.
Doctor?
Well, not really. Just sort of a pill peddler and kind of handy with castor oil. I always carry these drugs and tonics along just in case. I just left the ranch back there where the little kids got the fever. If we get more people out here, we'll have a real doctor, maybe.
Maybe that'll be sooner than you think. In another month, they'll be driving thousands of head of cattle north through this canyon, and hundreds of cowboys taking care of them.
That's right. That's why we're here, sort of making a survey, you might say.
They'll have to lay over here in this canyon for 2 or 3 days. You'll be swamped with business. Langtry...
You sure about this?
We wouldn't be here otherwise.
See, I'm glad you told me so I can be prepared. Stop in the store and see me, boys.
Very well. You said you were sort of a judge, too.
Yeah, Bean's the name. Judge Roy Bean. Well, see you later. Come on, Gert.
What kind of a judge you suppose he is?
A good one. I've heard about him for years.
I don't think we'll have much trouble with him.
We'll have a talk with him, sort of feel him out.
Yeah, come on, let's get cleaned up. Gotta make a good impression.
Hello.
We're looking for Judge Bean, miss.
Well, he's out right now. He said he'd be back in a little while. May I help you?
Thanks, but it's something personal.
I'm his niece, Letty Bean.
Miss Bean, we've been riding for a long way, but we sure makes it worthwhile.
Thank you very much. If you'd like to wait for the judge, just make yourself comfortable.
We do, thanks.
Mind if I look around?
Go right ahead.
Miss Letty, may I ask you how old you are?
Yes. I'm 19. Last June.
That's what I thought. She'd look just like you, too.
Who would?
Oh. Well, nobody. I mean nobody you'd know. Oh, here's the judge now.
Well, glad you accepted my invitation. You met my niece?
Yes, we have, Judge.
Letty, these boys been on the trail for a long stretch. How about a nice picture or something?
Of course, Uncle Roy.
Where's your partner?
Had a few chores to do. He'll be along later.
Well, just browse around. You see anything you want, make you a good price.
Several things we need here in Langtry, Judge.
What do you got to do to name it?
This store, for instance.
What are you talking about?
Just what he says, Judge. We'd like to buy your store. Lock, stock, and barrel, and you name the price.
Sell this store?
We'll even cut you in on the profits. Then you'll have plenty to retire on.
Shucks, I'm too young for that. I just put in a new stock. What would I do with nothing to do?
Caught this fella gambling, Judge. He was running a game over at Peterson's place.
Looks like your partner. Where are the others? Man can't gamble by himself.
These are local folks, Judge. There was Ralph Higgins and Bat Finnegan and...
I don't care if my own father was there. You should have brought them all in. They're just as guilty of breaking the law as a stranger. Maybe more so.
Yes, Your Honor. I'll pick them up.
After we conclude this case, search the accused. Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye. This court's now in session. What's your name?
Brad Connors.
I don't care where you live or how old you are. You heard the charges?
Deputy's crazy. I didn't start it.
You guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
110. 120. This court fines you $220 and places you on probation for 1 year. Case dismissed. Take this back and give it to the people who lost it. Dismissed. Tell them they've all been fined by this court and they're on probation.
Now, about selling your store, Judge. No hurry for a decision. We'll be around for a while.
Well, don't waste your time.
That was a stupid thing to do.
Maybe it was a good thing. At least now we know exactly where the judge stands. Gives us something to work on. Come on, let's get busy.
Judge Roy Bean?
That's right. Can it be of service?
You certainly may. My name is Brewster, and I'm from the Attorney General's office in Austin.
Mr. Brewster, this is Letty, my niece.
Howdy do.
This is Jeff, our local deputy.
Howdy. I've been sent here to ask a few questions, Judge.
Well, I guess you two want to talk business. I'll see you later.
We don't need to leave on that account, Jeff. No secrets around here.
I've got some things to do, Judge.
I'll come right to the point, Judge. I've been sent down here to check and report to the Capitol on the records of your court. Your books, fines collected, how dispersed, and all the details connected with running the court.
Am I hearing right?
Oh, it's something new, but I'm sure you won't object.
Object? I'll do more than object. I've run this court the way it's run for years, and I ain't going to change.
Nobody said anything about a change.
But you can't check my records, because they're up here. Same goes for the fines. We're a long way from civilization out here, Mr. Brewster. What little money we've got, we want kept here.
It's not your money, Judge.
Nobody knows that better than I do. It belongs to the people here, not somewhere in a big city.
I'm only doing my job.
And I'm doing mine if you leave me alone. I was hired to be a judge, not a bookkeeper. You can go back to Austin and tell them that.
Uncle Roy, please don't lose your temper. Mr. Brewster, why don't you let me talk to the judge about this?
Because there's nothing more to say. Goodbye, Mr. Brewster.
I'm afraid there is, Miss Bean. From the report I'll be forced to make, I'd say there's a good chance that Judge Bean will be removed from office and tried for malfeasance in office.
He tried?
I'm almost certain of it, Judge.
Isn't there something else we can do?
Yes, there is. Personally, because I respect Judge Bean, I'd suggest he write a letter of resignation, saying, well, naming old age as his reason for resigning.
Old age? Why, I can whip 3 like you right now.
You try to reason with him, Val. I'll be at the boarding house.
Go ahead, try me. You can't prove anything but that I'm honest.
Uncle Roy, they can prove one thing, Mr. Brewster said. There hasn't been any record of any case ever tried here.
I think I'll take a walk and see if I can cool down. Where's my hat?
It's on your head.
I'm worried, Letty. Suppose something could have happened to him?
No, here's your coffee. He's just walking it off. You can't blame him, Jeff. It's been a terrible shock.
He couldn't stand a trial. They'd kill him.
Oh, you don't know Uncle Roy like I do. He's no quitter. He'd fight for what he believes in right to the Supreme Court.
But they'll never find another judge like him, I'll tell you that.
Here, Jeff.
You kept your dinner warm, Uncle Roy.
Getting late, honey. You better get some sleep.
All right, I will. Good night. Good night, Jeff.
I heard what happened, Judge. I'd sure like to be some help.
Good night, Jeff.
Good night.
Come in.
How'd it go?
Fell for it like a ton of bricks.
Sorry I couldn't see Judge Bede's face when he got the news.
Yeah, I'd love to have seen that.
If I'm any judge of judges, I'll have his resignation by tomorrow night.
I'm going to wear his gavel like a watch charm.
Well, that sounds good, but what if he checks with Austin?
Oh, he'd have to ride fast to the Pony Express to get to Austin by tomorrow night.
I've got all the forged credentials we need to convince the judge he's through.
By tomorrow night, we'll have Langtry in the bag. Then we'll break this town wide open. Bars, dance halls, the whole works.
Wait till those cowpokes start drifting through here.
It'll be better than a license to rob banks.
Yeah, good. Here's a small advance.
Come on, let's get back to camp while this town's still asleep.
See you tomorrow.
Here's some nice hot coffee, Uncle Roy. That'll pick you up. Maybe you can take a nap later.
Oh, I ain't sleepy, honey. I got too much to do.
What do you mean?
I'm selling out. We're leaving Langtry. Here's my resignation.
Uncle Roy, you can't do that. You still have the store.
How can I stay here and look my friends in the face? Well, maybe we'll move over in the Arizona territory. Maybe we can practice a little law where I don't know folks.
Morning, Judge. Here's the mail for you.
Give it to Letty.
Take my horse to the blacksmith. He threw a front shoe this morning. I can't seem to find it anywhere.
Resignation, Jeff.
Oh, Judge.
Now, don't say anything. I know what I'm doing.
Look at this.
Wanted for questioning. Dr. Frank Parker. He's Dr. Frank Parker, but is believed to be traveling under an assumed name. Anyone knowing the whereabouts of this man, please notify Marshal Robert Hayden, St. Joseph, Missouri.
It shocked me for a minute. Sure looks like Mr. Mason's twin brother.
I've got a hunch it is Mason. Don't be in too big a hurry about that resignation, Judge. I'm going to talk to Mr. Brewster.
Well, thanks, Jeff. I'm afraid you're wasting your time.
Maybe, maybe not.
Come on, Uncle Roy, stop worrying. Get a little sleep.
drift up to the store and give the old judge and his niece some sweet talk. Stay here. Keep an eye on things while I talk to Brewster. Mr. Brewster.
Yes?
I'd like to talk to you.
Come in.
I almost feel sorry for the old judge, but it's his own fault.
Yeah, you could never make a deal with a judge like him anyway.
You'll get the rest of your money as soon as he's cleared out of here. Get out of here before you get into trouble.
Haven't you got things mixed up?
What's this all about?
Looks like you're going to be the judge's first case for today.
Young man, I'll report this to Austin. You'll be fired.
Save it. Start heading for Judge Bean's place. Stay in front of me, you won't get hurt.
Can't tell.
How did it happen?
We were coming to the store just as we met Danning and somebody bushwhacked him.
We didn't get a chance to see who it was.
Yeah, it's a terrible thing.
Well, he's still alive, but I don't know for how long. We'll have to make a stretcher.
Yeah, let's get him inside.
It's right against his spine. Where's the nearest doctor?
Over 100 miles away.
Or in this room.
In this room. Well, what are you showing me this for? You don't think this is me? I'm not the man on this poster.
Please, you've got to save Jeff's life.
Well, how can I? I'm not a doctor.
What he means, Letty, is that if he operates, he proves he's the man in the poster.
If he doesn't, Jeff dies.
That's what you're afraid of, Mason. You can forget it. This morning I resigned. Got no more legal obligations. If you can save that boy's life, you're still Mason as far as we're concerned.
Please, Mr. Mason, you've got to.
It's the sharpest knife in stock, Judge. Let it boil a kettle of water fast.
Thank you.
I've got to have some chloroform and some iodine to do this jackknife surgery. And he's going to be all right. Just see that he doesn't move for about a week.
We're indebted to you for more than we could ever repay.
Change the dressing every day and be sure and use plenty of that powder.
You be sure and come back tomorrow. Jeff will want to thank you.
I won't be able to make it.
But, Mr. Mason...
Now, Letty, he has his own personal things he has to take care of. Good luck, Mr. Mason.
Goodbye, Judge. And you take care of my patient, and I know you will. Goodbye, Letty.
Goodbye. And thank you again.
I wonder what kept him.
He's probably hanging around that gal. Been hanging around her ever since we got out here.
He has been different. Keeps to himself. Don't talk much.
Never has. But at least he was interested in making a pile out here. Seems to have lost interest.
Which one of you shot him?
I didn't. I was with him at the time.
Could have been anybody. You know how it is.
Why are you worried? This sort of makes it easier for you. Got your rival out of the way.
I'm leaving this outfit.
Mind telling us why?
Why waste your time and mine?
We got a little time to spare. Let's hear it.
All right, let's put it this way. I just suddenly remembered a few things I forgot.
Let's make sense. No more riddles.
I'm in trouble, all right. Nothing you know about. I'm wanted.
Well, la-di-da. Who isn't?
Well, they're moving in on me. Back at Judge Bean's store, there's a wanted poster with my face on it. Now, soon there'll be hundreds of men pushing through here, and somebody's going to spot me.
We're a long way from the law out here.
We won't be for long.
Still sounds like a riddle to me.
Probably. But I'm getting out of the country. From San Francisco south to Panama.
If you think there's going to be a three-way split, you're crazy.
I don't want a dime from either of you. Just do me a favor and forget you ever saw me.
That'll be easy. I never did figure you were right for this outfit.
I still don't understand you, Mason. You're leaving us with a fortune.
Maybe it's worth it.
Now that you're checking out, do you mind telling us what you're wanted for?
No, I don't mind. I was a doctor. I refused to testify against a friend.
Well, that's the right attitude, Mason. We're proud of you.
We won't testify against you either.
About what?
Killing a deputy. You still own 1/3 of that charge.
There wasn't any killing. I removed the bullet from that boy's back. He'll be around in a day or two.
What, are you crazy?
He found out about Brewster and us.
He knows about the plan.
Is he conscious?
He won't be for a while.
Let's take a ride. I think you were right, Mason. It is time that you checked out. And don't be here when we get back.
Here's your change, Mrs. Asher, and thank you. Thank you, Mr. Asher.
Did Miss Asher get her safety pins?
Yeah, I packed it.
Where'd we leave off?
47.
47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 2, 3, 4, 55.
Looking for these?
6, 7.
Hello, folks. Just dropped in to see how the deputy is.
That's very thoughtful of you. He's resting comfortably, thanks.
Did he have a chance to say who he thought did it?
No, not yet.
It's too bad.
I'd better leave you two. I have some soup on the stove for Jeff.
I hope you've been behaving yourself, son.
I'm trying to, Judge. Hold it, Judge.
Anybody home?
All right, honey?
I think so.
Thanks, Mr. Mason. Why don't you go get the keys to the jail?
Get on your feet, both of you.
You wait around. I'll be right back.
Well, the judge is locking those two up.
Goodbye, Mr. Mason. I mean, Doctor. Sorry about the way I acted.
Well, I don't blame you, Jeff. How was you to know that I like to be around Miss Letty because she's so much like my own daughter?
Your daughter? Well, I certainly consider that a compliment.
That's a compliment for her, too. Goodbye, both of you.
Goodbye.
How'd you get them locked up, Judge?
Yeah, we got that fella Brewster, too. Say, Mason, about that poster. I know I'm still judge and all that, but we didn't see it.
Well, maybe you didn't, but I did. And I'm through running away. I was afraid to testify in court for afraid of ruining somebody. But now I'm going back in the face of music. Thanks anyway.
You know, I figured you'd say that. Here's a statement signed by Judge Roy Bean. I think it'll have quite a bit of influence.
Thank you, Judge.
If you ever want a new place to settle down, now don't forget Langtry. She's growing.
I won't.
Too bad we haven't got more men like that.
I can hear every steer, the sound of the thundering herd. It's so real, I can feel the warmth of a friendly word. So I know I must go to the land of the Pecos, there to stay